The new allegations against John Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of him and forcing him to have with prostitute. Not only names the mogul, but includes his son. And Universal Music Group claiming there is an alleged RICO enterprise to enable his
And just watching it and just knowing that it's all coming to an end, 20 years of hits, it's just crazy. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Oh, buckle up, because it seems like Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian Combs, are finally spilling the tea on how their dad dragged them into this crazy mess. This revelation comes hot on the heels of both Christian and Justin getting exposed in Diddy's latest lawsuit. The lawsuit claims that they were getting involved with girls under 18 at Diddy's parties and his infamous FOs. Yikes. But here's the twist. According to the lawsuit, they've been in cahoots with their father, keeping everything hush-hush. Now, some folks out there think Diddy might have manipulated them into this mess when they were still clueless. Reportedly, these strange parties were happening at Diddy's house since Justin and Christian were very young. The boys practically grew up with Diddy, spending most of their time with him and only occasionally staying with their mothers. So yeah, we've got the whole treasure chest of drama to unpack here. Grab your popcorn, take a seat, and get ready to dive into the madness, because this is one roller coaster you won't want to miss.
Diddy, his son, and one of the artists they're calling G got into an argument. The argument left from the studio room into the restroom. Allegedly, during the altercation in the restroom.
So you probably heard about the recent lawsuit dropped by a producer named Rodney Jones against none other than Diddy himself. Now, Rodney spills the tea claiming he and Diddy were supposed to collaborate on some music for Diddy's album. But oh boy, did things take a wild turn. Upon arriving at Diddy's mansion, Rodney alleges he faced mistreatment that's straight out of a horror movie. He witnessed things he'd never dream of, like Diddy allegedly touching him and slipping who knows what into his drinks. And hold on tight, because it gets crazier. Rodney accused Diddy of mistreating young girls recruited by his ex-girlfriend, Young Miami, for his parties. Rodney, who claims to be a devout man, revealed his aversion to certain behaviors. Shockingly, he unveiled Diddy's confessions about having affairs with both Meek Mill and Usher. The bombshell didn't stop there. Rodney spilled details about Diddy's manipulation of Stevie J, boasting about orchestrating a hookup with the promise of a Grammy for Producer of the Year. To sweeten the deal, Diddy dangled a $250,000 incentive in front of Stevie J, tempting him with the prospect of acquiring all the musical instruments he could ever desire. As if that weren't extravagant enough, Diddy also committed to giving Stevie J ownership of his lavish $20 million property on Star Island in Miami, Florida. Now here's where it takes a turn for the even crazier. Rodney exposes Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, revealing that they are fully aware of their dad's questionable deeds and actively participate in them. It's like a jaw-dropping plot twist. Not only is Diddy in hot water, but his own sons are also knee-deep in the family drama. According to Rodney, he witnessed Diddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, engaging with women inappropriately, and his other son, Justin, allegedly participated in similar activities. Reportedly, Justin was responsible for recruiting and enticing girls into parties. Rodney specifically stated that Justin was ordered to find underage girls for the house parties. Rodney even attached a series of photos from these parties, showing Diddy, Justin, and Christian involved with some of the girls. As this lawsuit started circulating on the internet, panic mode kicked in for Diddy, Christian, and Justin. To handle the situation, they swiftly released a press statement for some damage control. Diddy's statement labeled everything as a fabrication, accusing Rodney of conjuring up lies for a payday, saying, "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." Justin's team also fired back with a separate statement, vehemently denying the absurd allegations and declaring them as all lies. They stressed that these were desperate measures from a desperate individual, and legal consequences awaited anyone making defamatory statements about the Combs family. While many folks found these revelations downright disturbing and called for putting everyone involved behind bars, some speculated from a different angle. The speculation goes like this: Christian and Justin might be more than just perpetrators. They could also be victims. Now, in case you didn't know, Christian was barely an adult when his mom, Kim Porter, passed away. Allegedly, Christian got exposed to Diddy's shady dealings years ago because he spent most of his time with Diddy. After Kim's death, Diddy became Christian's sole guardian. Now, knowing all the not-so-great things about Diddy, it's fair to say that he wasn't the best role model for Christian. Remember those rumors circulating a while back? The ones about Diddy allegedly threatening to mess up Christian's music career because he wasn't following all of Diddy's instructions? Well, the same story went around about Diddy doing the same to his older son, Quincy. Unlike his brothers, Quincy stood his ground against Diddy's nonsense, making it clear that he wasn't here for the BS. I mean, noticed how Quincy isn't getting dragged into this whole mess, but Christian and Justin are? It says a lot about what's happening in that family. And if you've been keeping up with them, you've probably noticed how Justin, Christian, and Diddy were super close, but not so much with Quincy. They even performed together. Now, when it comes to Justin, Rodney hinted that he likely felt pressured and even contemplated leaving at some point. However, Diddy wasn't having any of it and almost did something really drastic to him. According to Rodney, it all went down at a writer and producer studio in California that Diddy had arranged. Justin came to the studio with his friend named G, a black American model that Justin brought along that night. During one of the evenings at this writers and producers camp, things escalated into a serious argument between Diddy and Justin. Rodney revealed that it got so intense that Diddy and Justin took the argument to the restroom, which was adjacent to where Rodney was at the time. In a matter of seconds, he heard multiple gunshots. The entire staff, along with Rodney, rushed to the bathroom. When they opened the door, both Diddy and Justin came out in a hurry, but Justin's friend G, who was brought to the studio by him, was on the floor, holding his stomach. According to the lawsuit, Rodney immediately went into a state of shock, fearing that he might be the next target. After the crowd gathered around the restroom, G was lying on the floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach with blood oozing out from his hip area. Frustrated by the lack of assistance, Rodney dropped everything, ran to G, and began applying pressure to G's stomach wound. Once the ambulance arrived to take G, Diddy strictly instructed everyone to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. Diddy even forced Rodney to lie to the police, claiming that G was shot outside the studio in a drive-by incident. Rodney also mentioned in the lawsuit that he still has the clothes he wore that day, with G's DNA on them from the stains. Rodney went as far as including images of the restroom in the lawsuit. He stated that the trigger was pulled by either Diddy or Justin, but they both kept quiet about it. Given that G was Justin's friend, Rodney believes that Diddy and Justin likely reached out to his family afterward, paying them a substantial amount of money to keep everything hush-hush. Now there are fans asserting that G was previously in a relationship with Justin. Some fans even managed to release G's iCloud messages, revealing Justin pleading with G to stay with him. Clearly, Diddy has managed to involve his sons in this troubling situation, and there's a significant likelihood that they might face consequences along with him in the end. And Justin and Christian are said to be putting excessive pressure on their PR team in an attempt to distance themselves from the ongoing controversy. It remains to be seen whether Justin or Christian will provide their side of the story in the coming days. But as expected, people have various opinions on this matter. One person expressed sympathy, saying, "First, I'm so glad Quincy wasn't named in any of this madness. Diddy took Kim and Quincy away from Al B, so hopefully all this filth will open Quincy's eyes, and he and Al B can start to mend their relationship." As for Justin and Christian, Diddy is an absolute villain, and it's exceedingly psychotic of him to involve Wolf and Misa's son as well as his own son in this sick, demonic crap. Diddy's the type to lock everyone in the house, then flush all the keys down the toilet before setting the house on fire. If he can't, no one else will either. Now I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. What's your take on Christian and Justin being entangled in this mess? Do you believe Diddy manipulated them into participating in all of this? Share your opinions in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit the link to check out another extremely messy video. Let the discussions begin.